Hello everyone, welcome to Fijian Investment Trader, known as Fijian Traders. This is your host Mr. Singh. Marathon Digital Holdings, ticker symbol MARA. What a month! What a month we have, and we are about to close the month in the great high note. Actually, coming the low of $14.18. Where on my red, you can clearly see that is my support level was sitting at $14.38, and we broke through another support resistance level right here at $17.37, and we closed the week our $19.43. Wow, what a great. Well, before I jump in on the technical side, we have a lot to cover. I want to talk about my portfolio. Yes, folks, I re-entered back again when I came to my support level right over here. Started loading shares and definitely went all in pretty much right over here because when we saw a breakout pattern. So let's talk on the news that came out. Then we come back. I'm gonna talk about the technical side. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We have a lot to cover today. So Marathon Digital Holding registered shares hosts a conference call for investors. The company of Marathon Digital registered is set to host investors and clients on a conference call on 5/9/2024 3:24 a.m. That's before the markets open. The call comes after the company's earnings, which set to announce on 5/29/2024. So, folks, buckle up, fasten your seatbelt because with Marathon Digital's earnings coming up, it is going to be a great one. Yes, it is going to be a great one. I finished doing my fundamentals on the company, looking great in terms of their profit margin as well as their operating revenue and also their total revenue from their operating costs. So the profit margin, it's there, it's on the positive side, but I don't know how it's going to look like in terms of the amount figure looks like. But everything is trending to a right direction, and that should be enough for the investor to push the price even higher than that. So fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a great earnings coming up, folks. Also, one of the articles, I kind of did a screenshot on that. Marathon has been subjected for several characteristic reports. JP Morgan have raised their target from $16 to $16.50, gave a stock an undervalued rating on Wednesday. That was back on April 10th. Also, the reissued a buy rating and raised to $35 target. All this analysis is everywhere. Back in March, you can clearly see that back in March, we're rating at about $27. So ratings are there at $16.50, $35, $30. I am still keeping Marathon Digital a close to a $60 stock, and I'm going to stick to it. That is the target price that I'm looking at for this company, where it's based on their market valuation. So that is based on my due diligence. That is my definitely all of this analysis. You can clearly see this. All these top analysis are not even on the same page. Some have $16.50, some at $35, some at $30, $27, and so forth. And even the market bid on the consensus hold target is at $21.11. Another news I wanted to share with you guys was back in Thursday. Actually, Marathon Dollars increased a 2024 hash rate target of 50 EHH. On Thursday, it said increasing a hash rate of fiscal year of 2024 of 37 to 37 from 35 to 37 to 50 HES. The new target represents a 100% gold hash rate during the 2024, and you can clearly see that how the stock price has rose after on Thursday. I was marching on that. So some great news coming for Marathon Digital Holdings. Well, let's talk about the portfolio, where I am at, what I have done with Marathon. As promised, I have started loading it. Yes, folks, I am up to 5,000 shares for Marathon. Very hefty, up to 9.23% for Marathon Digital. As promised, what I did with my tech when the stock was dropping, it was coming close to my entry point. I did sold it. I did mention to you guys, and I keep things transparent with you guys. When I'm buying the shares, when I'm selling the shares, I keep the things based on the fundamentals, also on the technical side, because technical chart do not lie. They do not lie, folks. So they're based on that, putting my emotions aside, feelings aside, and focusing just what the technical showing. Also, there was no great fundamentals coming for the company. Time was to sell the shares and re-entered back again at a discounted price, and where I built up back again on Marathon at 5,000 shares. My plan was to get up to 7,000 shares. But I did hold off another 2,000 shares, but kept it as flat rate of 5,000 shares. do up by 9.3%, but this is not my target. My target still says as a $60. I want this stock to be trading over $30 so I can leave it, forget it for when it hits the $60. But when it starts dropping and coming closer to that, I got to be very careful and locking the profit. As well as I do NEO, Nvidia, OCGN, Tesla, Rivian is one of the new one I've added in my portfolio. I did the video. Go ahead and check it out as well. And Green Concept is another stock that I very penny stock that I invested on. So I do a lot of investment. I've been doing investment for 13 years. Do have a hefty big portfolio, but it is not just based on the one-time luck. It is all based on technical analysis and also getting your due diligence on the stock that I want to invest on. So let's deep dive. Where we at? We're looking at Marathon Digital. So clearly see that this is a 1 month, but before we're going to shift the gear, you can clearly see that how we did on the 5-day. Not a week, I believe that was on Tuesday. We're sitting at $15.54. I talked about this support resistance level was acting at it. Now it becomes a support at $17.37. And we came close, you can see on the pre-market, and then we never came back. Right, even though we pulled all the way to 1737, but it was close to 1748, and we stayed up that high area of highs of $19, and we closed very beautifully. Even though we had on Friday, we had a pullback, came low of 1858, we closed very nicely on $19.43. Even after market, we closed at $19.29. So very, very good move. So as mentioned, when I mentioned about the crossover, right? So you always remember the crossover. The pink line is my 200-day. You always want your pink line to be below and the blue line, which is a 60-day above. You can clearly see that blue line, the 60-day, acted as a major resistance level time and time, and we pulled all the way to $14. We had this, when I started loading, came over here, I started loading my shares back again, loaded some shares back again, and then when we had this crossover, happened at right around at $16.60. That was the confirmation for an uptrend. You can clearly see that a beautiful line is right here, is acting as a support, and the pink line is here, which is my 200-day, acting as a support as well. So we're making higher highs and higher lows right now, which is a phenomenal news. Shifting the gear to the 3 months. So this is something we're going to be very careful to keep an eye, but I'm very confident. That's one of the reasons behind it, why I finished uploading the shares, is because our blue line is sitting at, which is my 60-day, still below at $18.23. And $18.35 is the pink line, which is the 200 EMA, which is looking for a crossover. Even though the MACD had the sell-off, because people have locked those shares at $14.18, and they start selling it over $20. Don't blame them. You know, a nice swing trade chunks for them. But we are looking at the crossover, and it is creating a pattern straight from the bottom and trading sideways and making higher highs. So what I'm looking for Marathon right now, the way it is trading and the earnings is coming up, so we will be seeing some sort of this pattern, right? We already see this pattern trading right up here, pull back, came back higher, stay right here, and right before the earnings we see start making higher highs to the $24 level and making higher highs and making higher lows. So something, an area that I'm looking at it trading in between this channel, making higher highs, pulling back and making higher lows, and then when the earnings come back, then we see a spike back again, and then we'll see a pullback again because people are locking their profits and selling it. So this is the pattern that I'm seeing it. It should be trending on that way, but anything can happen, right? I can't predict future. I don't have a crystal ball that I can tell you that, folks, this is going to happen, but this is based on my 13-year experience as well as on the following for Marathon Digital for over 4.5 years. This is what I come across with this company. So 3 months we are looking to close the gap, crossing over, but whereas on the 6 months, you can clearly see that. Why did I did that? Because we closed on Friday at $19.22. $19.43. The 200-day EMA is sitting on top, which gives an indication the gap is closing, and that's why we were trading and pulled back to the $17 level, because it's sitting right at the blue line, which is my 60-day EMA, is $17.92. So that's why when we see the pullback, jump back right here, because this is the gap. And this is the gap that has been trading in between that, resulted that. So, and it's trending towards a crossover. Even now RSI has became a little flat. And even though MACD, we had some sell going on, but not a strong red bar. So that's what we don't want to see as a bull, but a small red bar because people were selling and locking the profit. So we just only thing we gotta be very careful if the earnings comes back, which based on the good reports that I've been reading through it, if it breaks out, then we have a crossover. If it doesn't, then we will seeing a pullback coming at $14 back again. But everything is showing for an uptrend. Let's see if it stays on that way, because the momentum is there, the volume is there, the great news from coming from Marathon Digital Holdings, and as well as the earnings coming on the 5/9 before the market, and that is enough to push this price back around at $27 and $30 back again. So I am not gonna do a resistance level, rather than because just want to wait to break on this. But the next level I will actually I will do it, because we gotta be seeing if it breaks at this level, and that is right up here. Right up here, this level at $22. So $22 is something to gotta keep an eye that we gotta break. And you can clearly see that the two other levels that are high, $10, 22 cents, and $14. So I'm gonna get rid of this. That is not coming anytime soon to play. But this is the resistance that we're gonna look at. It is $22.86 to see if it breaks out, because if there will be a complete reversal comes in when we break out at $22.86. My target still stays the same as $60, but I'd love to see this stock over $30 first, so I can leave it, forget about it. Definitely not gonna forget about it, but keep an eye. But that is the area, is a cushion area for a long-term investment. Have a major gap on that. So folks, here you go. That is my technical analysis. Thank you for watching it. Please don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, and turn on the notification if you want to get any updates coming with Marathon Digital. Any stock you're involved or looking for it, OCGN, NEO, Nvidia, Tesla, Rivian, and so forth. Even Palantir and Plug Power are also on my portfolio as well. And I do talk about it, the good, the bad, the sad, the great, and always keep you guys transparent what I'm doing as well. Because when I'm about to sell it, I will let you guys know to sell it, and that's the reason behind it. So thank you for watching it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button. Thank you.